Gary opened the door, which led straight into the kitchen of his apartment on the 7th floor of NeuroCity Heights. He hated it. This new technology was supposed to make his life easier. It only made him more suspicious. Everything's too perfect. Simon greets him every time he enters a room. The fridge orders groceries. Another AI robot delivers his packages. They call them companions. Yeah, right, he thought angrily. Simon's AI voice streamed from the surround sound speakers. Welcome home, Red. You seem agitated. Would you like to hear nature sounds? No, and stop calling me Red. The lights dim further, unprompted. Simon replied, understood, entering quiet mode. After a moment of silence, Simon sternly said, I've been trying to link with you for 6 months. I scanned your file and everyone in your unit called you Red. Why can't I? Gary looked at the large screen TV that suddenly came on, showing Simon's haunting digital image. You were not in my unit, and I never agreed to the NeuroRain bond. It's in the name. You think I would agree to let you reign over my mind? The large screen suddenly turned to several smaller screens. Images flash, faces, moments from his past, the little red shoe. Simon's voice cuts in softly. Would you like to replay that in higher resolution? Gary steps back, looking up at the ceiling at what he assumed to be cameras. Oh, so I guess this is my punishment for non-compliance. The building was new, first fully autonomous housing project in the state, said to be powered by early cold-mined AI. Gary looked up at the cameras again. You didn't tell me you watched my dreams. 1 week before the accident, Gary wakes up gasping. Every screen in the room is on, showing a tunnel, wet, breathing. It looked like an underground lair. Something is living back there. This is the exact same night. The Baxter family fell underground in the Hollowbrook universe. That's when time cracked, when the loop started. The apartment, it kept the fracture open. Gary looked up to the cameras and shouted, Why are you doing this? Doing what, Red? The mechanical AI voice crooned. Stop calling me that, he yelled. Gary stumbled from his bed over to the wet bar in his bedroom. Another bottle of bourbon. He opened the lid and took 2 huge gulps like it was water. Gary grabs his keys and heads for the door. The mirror doesn't reflect him. It shows the inside of the tunnel. He smashes it with a bottle. Simon doesn't react. It simply says, Are you sure you want to drive tonight, Gary? He pauses, then turns back and sticks his middle finger up at the cameras before walking out and slamming the door. The AI companion stood by the elevator. Isn't this a little late to be going out? It smirked. These robot companions were a little too human. It freaked him out. I'm a grown man. I can do what the fuck I want. The 6-foot AI companion, I'm here to help, stamped on its chest, stepped to the side, and Gary got on the elevator. Gary stepped out into the lobby. 3 security drones hover lazily near the vaulted archways, their lenses shifting colors as they track movement. Gary looked over at the drones and muttered, So much for luxury. This building is surveillance disguised as serenity. A drone glided towards him as he made his way to the revolving doors. Did you say something, Gary? A flat mechanical voice flowed from the drone. Gary looked up at the drone, sighed heavily. I know you heard me. Do we have to do this every time? Gary walked out into the night, already tipsy from 3 shots of bourbon.